I'm Matt with eTrailer, and today we're talking about the pewag tire chains with square links with grooves in them on our 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500. Now our tire size today is going to be 275, 65, or 20, and we're going to have this on our rear axle as what the manual recommends. So let's check them out. These are going to be a great set of chains for you if you're looking for something for more extreme case uses, whether that's getting through deep snow, ice, or mud. And the reason that's going to be is because these links are pretty large and they're going to have the square design to them. The square design is just meant to bite through ice, and that groove structure to them is going to help assist with that. They're also going to be made out of a nickel alloy, and that nickel alloy is going to be more weather resistant. And it's going to help them last even longer than any of your traditional chains. We're also going to have this ladder pattern design, and that ladder pattern design is going to help us get more traction when we're stopping and starting. And at the very bottom, if we look down, you notice we do have this lever, and that lever is going to help give us more tension out of these chains. These chains are going to come in a set of 2, and they're going to come in this pretty light duty bag. I'm not a big fan of the bag because, like I said, it is pretty light duty, and these chains are pretty heavy duty, so with a couple uses, I'm sure they're going to shred through this bag in no time. So what I recommend doing is just investing in a small tote to keep your chains in. Overall, I think this will be a great heavy-duty solution for a lot of people. If you're going through those more extreme environments, whether you plan on driving through some deep snow and ice or getting through some mud. Now, if you want something with a little bit more tensioning out of them, then I'd actually recommend those pewag chains with the cam tensioners on them, like I was talking about earlier. But if you're not a big fan of cam tensioners because they can kind of bind up sometimes and loosen up, and you just feel more comfortable with these, then I think they're going to be a great solution for you. Now, if you're curious about how we got these on, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through it. To start off our installation, I just recommend grabbing some gloves, and if you are doing this for the first time, recommend doing it at home so you don't have to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. But what we're looking for is to see if there's any damages to our links. If it doesn't look like we have anything damaged or anything looks not right, then we can make sure this is in the right orientation. We want to make sure that these hooks are facing up, so they're not going to make contact with their tires and damage them. And we want to make sure this lever right here is closest to me and furthest away from your tire. With everything looking good, I'm going to grab the center of my chains, lift up on them, and drape them over a tire. What I like to do is just put it up here a little bit, then lift up right in the front so it's not dragging across my rim. And at this point, I like to make sure everything's looking pretty even. Nothing's hanging down too low, making contact with the rim, and both sides are going to be pretty easy to grab. This is going to make getting behind our tire a lot easier. Speaking about getting behind our tire, we're going to actually start doing that now. And luckily, this is a bigger truck, so making this connection is a little bit easier. So what our goal here is to grab this metal hook and hook it through one of these links that are hanging off on the side. Now, this might take a few tries because if we have it too tight back here, we won't be able to make a connection on the front, but if it's too loose, it's not going to give us a good connection. Now we're going to come up to the front, and we're going to push this lever through one of these links. You should feel a little bit of resistance already. You're just going to pull this down tight. You're going to have this link over here hanging off, and this hook is going to go right through there. I have to push it down a little bit, because this can be at a weird angle. When it's on there, we're going to come back through, kind of pull on anything, make sure everything's feeling pretty snug. And if it is, we can repeat that process on the other side. What I recommend doing too is grabbing a rubber tensioner. If you don't have one, you can find one on our website. But what's really nice about these is when you're driving, this is going to help relieve some of that tension or some of that slack we get in our chain sometimes. Because when you are driving down the road, these are just naturally going to loosen up. So what we want to do is keep on applying tension. And when you place these on, we want to make sure that this metal hook is facing away from our tires so we don't damage them, and we put them on in a star pattern. And with this on, we can repeat that process on the other side. At this point, I just recommend either pulling forward some or back some to make sure that fit is still looking good. And if it is, then you can hit the road. But that's just a look at the pewag tire chains on a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500. Thanks for watching.